Hello everybody and welcome back to Cities Skylines with me, Lagamnug. Today we are at Floodsville once again. This is the Rainfall Mod map that I've been working on. In the last episode we were dealing with the traffic issue, and with just a little bit of widening out the roads in between the last episode and now, we seem to have gotten most of the traffic to fix itself. So now we've got some 4-lane roads rather than 2 lanes connecting us between our waterfront area and our main major downtown city. Again, this is the Rainfall Mod, so you'll notice a lot of the water has varying watermarks from where the rivers will flood when rain actually falls. So yeah, with that, we're kind of today going to work on just trying to fix up a little bit more of the city's traffic. It's still not great, but it's probably double what it was. I think it was at about 25%, now it's at about 45%. We've installed this new metro line that seems to be working pretty well for a lot of the citizens. I'm thinking one more going across this way will help. And yeah, just figuring out a couple other things that we need to help with around the city. So with that, let's see where we can jump in first. We're still clearing out these garbage dumps over here. Excuse me. Main reason, this used to be an industrial area. Now we're going to convert this over. There's still also a lot of issue with this cargo line. I actually turned off the train station because it just was bringing more traffic than we needed on both the tracks and cars. And yeah, I'm just going to let people come in via the main road for now. There's lots of highway connections in the city and people seem to be handling that just fine. So the other thing to kind of figure out right now is how best to alleviate this crosstown traffic that's occurring across this one major road. It seems like most of the issues with the traffic have to do with this major road and getting cars onto it and off of it. One thought I had was most of them are trying to get out to the highways, so I think I'm going to just put another major road that bisects the city here. And we've got a first rainstorm. So you can see the flooding starting. So basically each of the buildings generates a certain amount of water based on its surface area, its height, and things like this. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. The city will usually handle most rainstorms pretty easily. You get a little ping usually. Here we go. What is this one? It's going to drop a significant 1.6 units that hits a peak intensity of 0.6 per hour. So it's not so bad. That's a pretty light storm, honestly. I've seen like 3.5 before, and that's downpour. But yeah, one of the cool things to watch is that there are these little flood spawners that will start spawning water wherever you dropped them. So I dropped them in these different mountains and such, so that it feels like there's natural water runoff that's occurring. And so these places with steep mountains just start to really like flood downriver. We've got our dam over here that's got our water source, and yeah. So anyways, back to the city. This rainstorm won't do too much. Yeah, we're talking about adding another major road that will bisect. And you know what? Maybe it should be this one. But that doesn't line up quite right. I'd like it to be one of these. Yeah, it's probably going to be this one then. If it's that one, we do a major 6-lane that runs this way. And then what? It can run. It would be nice to have it be this than the wouldn't it? Well, I might just redesign this area's layout. Not totally sold on it. Especially because it only has 3 connections to the other half of the tracks. But yeah. No, let's just go with over here. It seems like this one's getting a good amount of traffic already. This area is obviously going to keep getting more, but by doing that, I think more cars will want to come over here or will want to enter that area via the 6-lane that we put here. And we can do a little bypass of, we still haven't bypassed this train track yet. So yeah, that'll be nice. These poor residents will be next to a very busy, very, very busy road, but that's life. All right, so 6-lane with bicycle lanes. Let's just do a quick look over, make sure there's no major features on here. See, yeah, we've got a couple of these. So for example, it'll build out fine on these. But yeah, we've got a couple things that are going to be like space occupied because of school or something. So we'll have to work with those as well. I'm going to throw on anarchy just so that I can. Oh, wait. All right, it's this one actually. Sorry, it's this one. So what do we need to move for this here? I'm just going to get one piece to convert over, and that way I can remember which one I'm working with. So there we go, 6 lanes. And then, yeah, I guess we'll just start moving things back. That's great. This will be an expensive move, but oh well. Yeah, let's put the emergency shelter at the corner here. I really want this police office to stay where it is, like at the very end of it. So we'll convert it and then we'll move it. I feel it's fair to pay for these relocations. We are widening a road. Yeah, so let's convert this and this, and then we can widen it also. Boom. There we go. Convert this one. 1, 2. So yeah, we're obviously losing a lot of the residents that are along this road, but they will be back very quickly. Yeah, look at that. They're already rebuilding. I kind of want to knock that one down to make room for a bigger one there. Yeah. I don't know why they're leaving that little gap there. That's kind of strange. Huh. Anyways, this next one should be pretty straightforward. There we go. This next one also. There we go. Refilling that little gap. This next one. I think this one will also be pretty straightforward. Right. And this last one connects us to the main road. And things are a little different on this one. Let's see. Okay. You need to get relocated, Mr. Emergency Shelter. Maybe I'll turn it. Yeah, let's do that. We can save that one big building that's still there. Yeah, the rest of this looks good. So I will leave it at that. Let them rebuild. And in the meantime, we can do a little bit of assigning right of way. This also gets rid of the traffic lights, which is really helpful. There we go. And right of way has been assigned. Okay. You know what? I don't want these to be filled in with, I just realized that these should not be residences because it's going to be a louder road. I'm going to go ahead and wipe that area really quick using this tool. Let's go and take out, yeah, like we really want this to be maybe like office or yeah, it's interesting. What do we want this to be? Probably office. That's the least noisy, and I wouldn't be surprised if we need some more office space already anyways. Interesting that happened. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. We're gonna turn this into some office space and we'll go from there. So let's let that start filling in. And I could just do this first 2 blocks, let's say, with offices, and that should be enough. Okay, get it going a little quicker. Not what I was looking for. I'm trying to turn off anarchy. Sometimes forget that's on and make a really bad placement of something. So as you can see, the city's starting to flood a little bit with the recent water, the recent rain that we have. Actually quite a bit. Look at that street. That's great. I mean, it's pretty unrealistic when you look at ground level. You're just seeing like kind of ridiculous amounts of water. But on a macro scale, it's actually really nice. Like, check this out. So you got like water running down the mountain. It'll start funneling into these little crevices. And yeah, this map has some really interesting like scars on the earth that were created. I'm not really sure how they designed it, but they did a great job with it. And it makes for really interesting water dynamics. So you can see we've got these bridges that kind of work their way around the different gorges. Yeah. So, wow, that's already filling up a lot. Interesting. Now, do we have a light going on here or what? No, we just have right of way. I'm gonna go with a timed traffic light. I feel like that's the way to get this to work right. So give individual lanes and a timed traffic light. Let's see if that can't remedy a little bit of this. What else? What else? When there's rain, definitely slows down your city a little bit. People get caught up at like these intersections, things like this, where there's too much water and they kind of move slower or don't move through it at all. But yeah, this, all right, it's looking a little better. Things are moving, people are picking their lanes, and yeah. All right. Yeah, all in all, I think part of the problem too is that we have a large influx of people. Our city's growing at about 200 people per week. So we do have a lot of new vehicles coming in, moving into these different residences. And I mean, how many blocks deep is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's like 7 blocks deep of residents. This is all residential living. So when people want to get out of these residences, it gets tricky. And that's a lot of the problem we are facing, I believe. Maybe I will do another train line that goes this way. That would help. And another one that goes here. I think that would be the right thing to do. Yeah, I really wanted to make this downtown very grid-like. Usually I don't do grid-like designs, but my goal was to see how difficult it would be to play this where I go with a very grid-like design for the main city, and then I'll start doing some more like suburban design out on the edges. But the idea being that if I keep the city center really dense, like, because I have the realistic population on, you've got these high rises that have 56 households. I mean, there's like, 200 people in that one building. So it's a very, it's much closer to a realistic build or a realistic city when it comes to the density. And then like these individual houses only have one household, so 2 or even 1 person in some of them. Yeah, so with that, it creates a totally different dynamic of traffic. And I'm trying to figure out if there's other, oh, that's weird. Maybe we need to get some water drainage over here. I doubt I put in a drain. I did put a drain there, then why is that? It's just, there's too much water, huh? Yeah, just too much water. It's working its way out. Okay. Yeah, so one thing too is like you can raise the pad to the building. So I'm gonna, I can go to this, raise it up, and then the building will not flood anymore. So that's another thing you gotta do every once in a while in this mod, just to make sure your buildings don't end up pooling water on them and the water actually gets onto the road and then out into the drains. Hey, things are kind of moving along a little better. Not as much backup there. More people seem to be taking this major road. Although our percentage is still bad. I'm wondering why there's so many people on these little side roads, even if they're coming out of the metro, or like what's the reason for their being there? So many of them. Is it really just that many going to the buildings? Maybe that's how many are going there. All right. Yeah. So next up, let's see how the pollution's doing in this area. It's probably still pretty bad. Yeah, that part's still pretty bad. We're emptying 24%, 82, 84. That'll be a while. I might just, I'm gonna turn these 2 off just to get less garbage trucks moving around the town. We've got less garbage trucks moving around, there's less to deal with, and I might turn some of these trucks off as well, just to, again, like we don't need this many on, so the less stuff moving around the better at the moment. And maybe we can install another metro line, or I don't think these are a problem, but maybe these high density areas are also generating a lot of cars. I don't actually know. That is a lot of traffic moving through there. It's interesting that these trucks are choosing to go through here and then like use it to get around. And I guess it has to do with the whole speed limit thing. They try to choose the simplest path. So I'm gonna go and set like a lower speed limit here. And sometimes that will cause them to say, you know what? I don't want to take that road. It is too slow. So yeah, we already set these all at 20. So I'm just gonna make this area real slow. 20 kilometer an hour. One other thought I had was maybe I'll just connect that with a little pedestrian bridge. That might convince more people to use their bicycles, which is always a plus. Let's get a nice little pedestrian bridge across that. There we go. That's nice. That's a nice little bridge. Yeah, so maybe some pedestrians now will choose to walk across that bridge instead. It's a lot of the game, really. You're trying to figure out how to provide the best options for getting people from A to B. And yeah, this is not the best right here. We got another rainstorm moving in, I think. Yeah, there it comes. Okay. Just have a little water. I feel like it's getting a little better, but also feel like it's not. A lot of people are choosing to turn in there, interestingly enough. I wonder though if I give them I give one of these. So I think if you click this, hold control, you can give single lane. There we go. That is a really nice feature. It kind of helps the AI understand, right, if I want to use that lane to turn, I need to just pick a lane and turn. So yeah, they get nice and sorted there. These guys are all waiting to pull through. This is the one with the time traffic light, yeah. Oh, I like that it controls, I never even noticed that it controls pedestrians as well. That's nice. So now the holdup is people trying to get into here. That's interesting. I might convert some of this downtown area, instead of having bike lanes, to 4-lane roads. It's a possibility. Shouldn't completely take it off the table, but I feel like it's doing all right. Like, this is cleared up. That has cleared up. There's no longer congestion on this side. This is still congested, but like that side's almost gone. This side's almost gone. This side is, yeah, it's not bad. It's backed up to there. I mean, this, we can solve this one right here. This is an easy one. All right, so let that be a direct turn. Other people have to go in this lane. Big thunderstorm coming in. Nice. So at least this will make this lane continue to flow. And that should keep this from backing up too bad. And yeah, remember, we're going to turn this probably into a 6-lane road that cuts across soon as well. Yeah, so now in a place like this, just check that out. Look at all them people go down our main street. This is like a burglar high watch. Nice. So many donut trucks too. This game is just full of these donut trucks. I don't know why our people eat nothing but donuts and hot dogs. It's like the only thing you see here. Look at all those cyclists too, man. It is a cycling city. I like it. Yeah, I mean, that's part of it. I wish there was a way you could actually put like taxes on vehicles in this game too. Kind of like they do in London, where you can tax vehicles when they enter certain parts of the city. It would be cool, but I haven't yet seen a mod for that. If you know one, let me know. I'd love to see it. But yeah, let's think of a way to alleviate this. It really is. Like, we're funneling all of this into here and all of this into here. And a lot of it's coming from over here. Like, all of these guys coming down here. And they just don't have the room to fit through. Like, you're trying to all change lanes here and get out of there. I kind of want to say this left turn lane can also be a straight lane, and that might help give more room for, see, there we go, people are already going. This is what happens in this game. If you let it back up to this point, it just doesn't move, and then you actually almost can't undo it. Wow, this is a good rainstorm. Yeah, you just can't undo it. Oh, there's the thunderstorm starting. Guess it's way over there. That won't affect us more than just some rain. Okay, and yeah, I think that's about all we can do without. We're gonna have to do some major modification. Well, I mean, I was pretty confident feeling that I could touch this up without doing any major renovating. It looks like people aren't using this as a by road anymore. But are people using this at all? Yeah, a little bit. There's just too much trying to get onto this main road. Too many people that live in this cluster here. I mean, we could add another major road that cuts through this way. It's an idea. We connect something like this. It cuts all the way through here, pops into that road as well. Another thunderstorm. Did we just have a thunderstorm? So now we have 2 thunderstorms? All right. Yeah, I do enjoy the Disasters edition or DLC to this game. It definitely spices things up a little bit too. Yeah, that's a weird looking road. I'm just gonna clean that up quick. Okay. Oh, you're getting your food now. Yeah, I'm a little bit. I want to save this structure if I can. I like the grittiness and the just sheer density of it, the Manhattan-ness of the whole thing. But I think I'm gonna have to go to 2-lane wide roads, or unidirectional always works too. You do, this is the up, this is the down. That alleviates a lot of traffic because it keeps things moving. I think we just have too many vehicles trying to get into too small of a space. Which is funny because when you get to this part of town, it's clearly fine. It's really that when people want to get out of town, they're all choosing to get to this road. So I wonder if it has to do with the fact that this highway stretch, that's just faster than coming out this way. Like, who is coming this way? That's a fair bit. And then this side, a decent amount. That's an odd line you're choosing. Go all the way around that way. Maybe because there's flooding. Now you have to reroute. Yep, that makes sense. But like, this is just being bombarded. Look at all these trucks trying to go to the trash centers. It's really interesting. Why are there trucks from outside trying to get to the trash center? Yeah, and then how about on the other side? I have 4 main arteries. This one seems to be the most popular. Yeah. Yeah, so I have like these 4 main road arteries into town, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I've got the other, look at that flooding. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. What's blowing my mind is that we're actually still making money, even with this level of terrible traffic. 27, we're back to 27. Well, it's come full circle, and we're still stuck. We are still stuck. So I'm going to do the new metro line. I think that's just the next thing we have to do. We need to get this metro line in. I wonder if post vans are like one of the big, I know they sometimes cause a lot. Sorry. Said I'm going to do the Metro line. I will do it. But first, like, what is all of this? Like, if I get rid of the trucks and the public, it's not a lot of post vans going in and out of town. Like, I thought it's traffic, but it's not bad. No post vans. Interesting. Yeah, they really don't like that exit. I wonder, it just takes too long between that little on-ramp. So yeah, it's really not a lot of these. It's mostly trucks, private vehicles. Like, which one is it more? It's both. I mean, it's both. These trucks and these private vehicles. How to alleviate more trucks is possibly another train terminal or cargo harbor, these types of things in a different part of the city. I will eventually need to have more cargo. Wow, people, this is a massive rainstorm. Look at this. I am like, this is really flooding out the area. We're getting some abandoned houses. Yeah, this is part of why our detention basins are even filling. This hasn't happened in a while. I put in a couple more detention basins since we have the money. These just retain the water as it's falling. Each one holds like, I don't know, what does it say? Each one will hold, well, let me just put them down and we can check. 100,000 units. So I go, like, you need a lot of these for these big storms. When you get a big storm, you need like, I mean, as you can see, because it takes time to drain them in between each rainstorm. That's the hard part, is that I currently have the weather set on Portland, which is a very rainy place. And so I don't have a lot of time for my detention basins to drain back out. And they're a lot of the, they're like the buffer between a massive rainstorm and like the drainage of it. That, and you can create these like kind of retention basins. But yeah, as you can see, like this rainstorm, we've got the water breaking over here. That is a lot of water coming down. This river's starting to swell. This river is really swelling. Like, check that out. We're going to get some pretty massive swells soon. Oh yeah, this is one of my favorite ones I've put in. This is the dam where we've got some water intake and a little spillway because the dam itself was flooding over from all the rainfall. Just like check that all out. That is so cool. Yeah, and then this mountain range. Check that out. So it's really cool because you have to consider how you're building. Like even this is like, this train track is barely, see it's flooding. So even the trains will have trouble getting in and out of town. I recently redid parts of this highway now, so I think it's good. Pretty sure. I still got a spot like this I haven't really gone over. So yeah, most of the roads were set up pretty well, but I unlocked 81 tiles just so that I could work on these kind of farther away projects. And then this is our water recycling plant that is currently flooding as well. Got little scrubbers, and well, just hope that they do their job before the polluted water. Hope the polluted water can become not polluted by the time it gets down to our water intake. Otherwise, we poison the city. Okay, anything else? Things are on fire. Things are flooding. This is fantastic. But our traffic is still pretty bad. All right, yeah, let's get this other Metro line in. We said we'd do the Metro line. We're doing the Metro line. Well, I guess, do I want to do a restructuring of this grid over here? I think it's following the grid except to this point. No, even here I think it's following the grid. That's a little off center somehow. Okay, but up to there, it's definitely following the grid, so these should be fine to build on. So I will go with one station. Let's see. Yeah, I want it on this side of this. So we'll do one station here. Get another station on this side before it crosses the river. Maybe on this road. It's good to get them on the roads that aren't, oh yeah, that's a good spot. Aren't the major ways people are getting in and out. Get one over here. Get another one up here. Too much steep slopes around this area. Really? Yeah, I guess it's a little steep. It's always like hard to understand why the metro has trouble being built on a steep slope when you'd think you could just dig it deeper. I mean, maybe there's a way to do it, but when you try to adjust up and down, it doesn't do anything in this game. Okay, there's a spot. I just saw one over here. Quite a ways. Not quite where I'd want it, but it could work. Just like feeling around here, just like anybody got a not so steep slope. There we go. There's one. Okay, let's get some connections. Pause it for a sec to do this part. It's just easier to do this paused. There's one. Oh, this one's gonna be a little tougher. Yeah, when they're close, man, this is when it's tough. You gotta kind of snake it around. Not a huge fan of how difficult this can be sometimes. It's like, again, in real life, you would just have built the one station. You know what? I'm gonna cheat this a little bit and just anarchy it, because in real life, let's be honest, guys, we would have had these staggered. We would have made one station taller than the other. Like, that's just how it would go. So I'm gonna let the anarchy do that there and not think anything of it. Okay, get this metro line running. Bada bing, bada boom. And we're in action. All right, hopefully that will alleviate some of this traffic as well. Check how many trains. Give it another train or two. What do we got? 6 stops, so let's do 3 vehicles to start. That should get more people going cross town on Metro. And then, yeah, I think that'll kind of cover everything so far. And that, I'm going to call things here for this episode. Thanks for watching. Yeah, next time we can pick it up when this rainstorm is over, see how the new metro is doing. I have a feeling that's going to alleviate some of this traffic. But if not, we will come up with a new solution. That's part of the fun of the game, is trying to figure out how to get these things working. And yeah, let's just do one last check-in on, we had some nice forest fires that happened during that thunderstorm, and just like, I think it's still raining. I mean, we still got flooding going on. Yeah, it's still raining. But like, check that out. That is awesome. This Rainfall mod is super cool. Like, this is what should happen when you have a giant rainstorm happen. Yeah, so have it all flood into the basin and carry it out to the ocean. All right, yep, so thanks again for watching. I'll leave this final screen here, and we can just kind of watch the city get rained on as we head out. Be sure to subscribe. Let me know what you thought in the comments, or how you think you'd best fix this traffic issue, and I'll see you next time.